Hello and welcome to the Lunch Meme Podcast. I'm your host Cameron, the original creator of Lunch Memes, and with me today is my guest Thomas, the true proliferator of Lunch Memes. Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you so much. Call me Nobby, of
Nobby.
course. Yeah, I'm so excited to be here with the OG creator of Lunch Memes himself. No, I'm so excited. It's such a fun podcast. I'd love to get into it and to talk about the lore that is Lunch Memes.
Great, let's get right into it.
This was from yourself to Rory and private at least the very first.
I think also Sean there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I guess, what was your first introduction to Lunch Memes and how did you first get into it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think yeah. What only makes sense is maybe I'll flip the script a little bit because in order to talk about how lunch memes got started, I think it's completely disingenuous for me to not have actually brought up yourself, the OG creator of lunch memes, and let's maybe talk about the beginning of the history a little bit just to set things up.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean it's such an amazing to talk to you here today. We actually found going back to the history. So editor, could you please let's put up our first lunch meme ever, sent on the 3rd of December 2019 by none other than yourself to I believe Rory in a DM.
Yes, and Rory and Sean actually.
Okay.
And maybe some others, I don't actually remember. But yeah, it was, uh, we are all on campus at the time at Monash. And it was just, previously we'd been like gathering for lunches. But I just decided to switch it up a bit as a way to alert people that it was time for lunch and that we should go grab something to eat.
Yeah, right. So what we're saying then is lunch memes were originally like they had like a purpose. They were they were what do you call it? Like productive in that
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. It was purely based on just now is the time for lunch and just alerting
And
people.
you need people to know.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So
Such
yeah.
humble origins.
Yes. So previously we'd stuck with purely textual messaging,
Right.
but I decided to switch it up and go with an image or meme format, if you will.
I see. So you heard
With
it here
the
first.
original lunch meme, as you've seen.
As we've seen here. Okay, that's so fun. Yeah, well, I mean, getting into that, I mean, that's so exciting as a find itself. But of course, yeah, you've spawned this art, this field from the get go. And yeah, so I guess the memes were originally like a way of sharing and asking like about lunchtime with your friends. Um, so actually, what I've also pulled up here is I found in the archives. So only 4 memes into your journey already, we have innovation in the field. So this one was sent by Rory, but of course the community's grown and it's so exciting to see everyone innovating in this field. So I want to pass it off to you. I mean, what does it mean to you to have such a large community and such a healthy community that are already innovating in the field?
Yeah, that was just amazing to see. And I knew I'd really struck gold when other people were so engaged with the content that they were creating their own content so soon after the original format.
Yeah. And so, and I think maybe I forgot to mention as well, like in this meme, right, we're seeing the fact that not only is it about lunchtime now, we're already introducing the idea that the memes can be about lunch, the concept we all know
Lunch
and love.
itself.
And so it's evolving over time. Yeah, that's so exciting.
Yeah, it was great to see that evolution. But truly, it would not be what it is today if it wasn't for your work. And
No,
really,
well,
we'll
I
get to that
appreciate
later,
that.
maybe.
Yeah, thank you so much. I do just want to dive into a couple more points then. So yeah, I mean, just because I think community has been such a large aspect of that, and I came into this as just another member of the community. I just wanted to say and to thank you from all of us, right? Like your willingness to let us from the community not just be led by yourself, but to come in and to innovate. So it's so welcoming and warm as a community that we can grow the art into new things. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, so I mean, thank you so much for your service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll get into your contribution then. So, as the viewers will be well aware, you've created over 225 lunch memes and truly made lunch memes into the industry that they became.
That was over 7 months of my life.
So how did that start? How did you get into it? And yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I mean, we've been talking about it here just before the podcast as well, but like, yeah, it's humble origins, isn't it? I mean, I was just joining in. I was so thankful that at some point in time I was around on campus enough that I'm starting to receive these lunchtime messages with you. So it's kind of like a back and forth between all of us, wasn't it? I think you yourself and me perhaps were still leading that front, but yeah, it was such a nice back and forth, and it's so exciting to see the art it became. I think yes, at some point there was a period of time where I perhaps took this as an excellent means of procrastination, and the art evolved, and the wheel kept turning, and perhaps I did trudge on, whereas others sometimes would contribute. But yes, obviously that's a big part of the history as well.
Yeah, well, we can't talk too far about the history of lunch memes without, unfortunately, mentioning the great controversy of 2020 with Emily Lunch Meme Gate.
Yes.
What do you have to say on this matter?
Look, yeah, Lunch Meme Gate is really unfortunate, and it's definitely a really big dark spot on Lunch Meme's history. I just want it known, right? Like, I never knew. But we'll talk about that soon, maybe. But yeah, if I had known, things would have been different. I'm so sorry. I want to extend my heartfelt apology to Emily. And yeah, Lunchgate is really unfortunate, but well, I don't want to spend too much time on it because every day there are thousands of Aussies getting killed by crocodiles. And I think that's a bit more of like an important talking point.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. And I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, good.
So I guess what is your favorite meme then? Favorite lunch meme, if you will,
right.
over those 7 months of creation.
Okay. Wow, what a good question. I mean, I think we were talking about this a little bit before as well, but yeah, I think it's so hard to choose one. Obviously, it's such a wealth of memes over the period of time. I think one that stands out to me is the because yeah, as we're talking about like the art and as it evolves over time, there are all like these amazing shifts and evolutions as new concepts were introduced. Like there were such good ones that you originated, like Vegemite and cheese, of course. The 12:30 is lunchtime. All these concepts, just lunch itself. But then I think there were really fun ones. One of my favorite was the evolution to second lunch existing. So yeah, second lunch I think was a massive shift in the lunch meme sphere. So it was really exciting to do. And yeah, so I think one of my favorite memes, we brought it up here.
This is mine.
So welcome to the Lunch Memes podcast. It's great to have such an esteemed guest as well. Please do not move the phone at all. Please do not move the phone. This is we're truly engaged in important work here.
So as you're saying, the second lunch.
Yeah. So of course thank you so much for these gifts. So production here is where it's an exciting day for our mugs in the office room. Yeah. Sorry. So second lunch was one of my favorite memes. So I think my favorite here, we'll edit it, we'll show it up on screen. Is the one where it's like that classic athletic track meme with the guys running, and then there's like the meat bag like terrifyingly sprinting behind him. So of course the second lunch, fast, rapidly approaching. I think that was a
very
really
terrifying, but great meme.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
Yes, my favorite is actually a little bit more controversial. It's lunch meme number 23. Which was definitely a bit of a turn for lunch memes. Like previously, they'd been very like family friendly, very like could be shared with anyone.
I know where you're going.
But lunch meme 23 absolutely came in and destroyed any family friendliness. So here it is here, and yeah, it's very relatable though. So when you eat a nice hot soup for lunch on a cold day,
Yeah, I knew where you were
and you
going
can
with
feel
this
it
as
inside
well.
of you.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, of course, having a hot soup on a nice cold day is such an
As I
amazing,
said,
one of a
everyone can
kind
relate.
feeling we've all
Yeah,
experienced. Yes, but I think perhaps it did set a new tone in the lunch memes
absolutely.
space.
But it truly shows
Yeah.
the reach of your creativity.
Shows the growth that was available. Yeah, so that in itself is that's very fun that that's the one you chose. I didn't like that that was like, you knew exactly where you were going and that was where you went, but
Yeah,
here we are.
I think it's the only reasonable choice.
Yeah.
Was there any other point, maybe after Lunch Meme 200, that you thought you had taken it too far? Maybe after producing a podcast.
Well, yeah, I think I don't think it was. I mean, there's some fun history to talk about, isn't there? So um, essentially, yeah. I mean, it was obviously over 7 months of my life, which is really exciting in itself. But yeah, early on, I guess it was like that back and forth between all of us, and then I kind of like took over in this level of procrastination. Um, I think a big shift, a really fun part of the history that many of our viewers might not be aware of, is when it went from instead of me posting in the group chat, and like it makes it harder for people to respond because you're gonna react, but sending messages back and forth is a bit weird. So I think I started sending things individually to you at first, and then it was like fun to have better interactions. We were like taking screenshots and things. So then that evolved into the idea that I automated the process. We had the script running that was automating sending out the memes to everyone individually. I think that was like such a fun point, and it made me, going back to the question, made me feel a little bit better about not spamming people.
Yeah,
But I do understand sometimes there were multiple memes a day and other things like that. But
enough
hopefully that
to get your Facebook account banned for being a bot.
yes, yes. So yes, I did in the system get my account suspended constantly every day. And Facebook, when you get banned, doesn't let you reuse a password, any password you've had before. So yeah, as part of the history, I've ended up having 27 exclamation marks at the end of my password before I moved on to a new scheme and iterated to the end. Yeah, so maybe that speaks perhaps that lunch memes went on for a while, but hopefully, I mean, all of our viewers at least, hopefully, are those that are so engaged in the art and how much fun it was. So yeah, it maybe got a bit much, but I think I was just always having fun, and there was more to
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you could clearly see from the variety of the lunch memes you're producing that you'd not got bored of it.
do. Yeah, good.
So I remember back in 2019, when lunch memes were first around, the food situation, especially like in houses, share houses like the dojo, was very
Yeah.
dire and resulted in lots of cursed foods, which actually was incorporated into lunch memes in lunch meme 127. Was that a draw of inspiration for you, or was that completely unrelated to your
Could you maybe
creativity?
describe that quickly?
Yes, so lunch meme 127, which we'll show you here, was just images of me. Can we stop and get food? Mum, we have food at home. And then food at home showing many, many examples of very cursed food that was had at mostly the dojo.
Yes, I do remember this now. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. I think probably what it speaks to though is the fact that I couldn't even really remember that. That probably speaks to the breadth that lunch memes ended up evolving into. But yeah, all the little arcs and things were so fun, and the memes that were spawned that I kind of talked about earlier. Of course, I'm going to take inspiration from perhaps what was a pretty cursed meal situation. And yeah, I think that was still pretty fun in itself.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, just a small footnote in lunch memes history. Yeah.
So what you briefly spoke on this a little bit earlier, but where do you sit on the lunch time scale? So I know that some people believe that lunch should be at 12 p.m., believe it or not, and some people actually think 1 p.m.
Right.
But of course, the original is 12:30. So where do you sit on this matter?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's an easy one. I mean, I am 100% all with you. Lunch is 12:30. That is the truth. I think anyone that says otherwise is a heretic. Absolutely. In the case that perhaps there were some lunch memes that maybe played with the times for the sake of the joke, know that these are only necessary parts of the craft. But of course, lunch I fully agree with the OG creator himself. Is 12:30.
Yeah, I'm very, very glad to hear you say that,
Yeah.
to be honest. And you wouldn't be welcome if you didn't have thought that.
Well, that's good to hear.
Um,
Good to know.
So yeah, with such like prolific creation, what gave you the drive for this, and like where did the motivation to like day after day after day keep making these lunch memes? Where did that come from?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've spoken about this a bit, but yeah, it really is just like there's a level of procrastination, but of course it's just so much fun, and then every time you discover a new trend, I would get close to running out of ideas, but then of course that forces you to push the boundaries and to find something new, and then it kept just being interesting. I would often make things in batches as well. Of course, sometimes you just have a really creative day. You'd queue them up, and that's where two memes a day might come from. Because like I had so many fun ideas I really wanted to share with the world. So yeah, I think the motivation was pretty natural. But I guess at some point it ran its course.
Yeah, well, I guess on that, like
Yeah.
after 225 lunch memes, it was finally over and lunch memes ended. How did you fill the gap that was left behind by the absence of lunch memes?
Yeah. So yeah, at some point, obviously, my creative spirit did kind of get towards an end, and that was the end of lunch memes. I think what's the really fun part about that though is when you start ending it, it spawns its own fourth wall breaking new genre of lunch memes, and that in itself almost rejuvenated my desire to keep making them, which was really fun. Yeah, and so I think lunch memes went out very gracefully. We don't talk about lunch memes 2 Electric Boogaloo, and we don't talk about lunch memes summer school. But yeah, how did I fill the gap? I think I moved on to new and exciting projects, which have since been very well received.
For example.
Cambemba was amazing. Some might not know one of my other pen names is actually Tingle McCringleberry. My gosh, they've been very wildly successful, and I've really loved contributing to those as well. So there was more projects to continue and to express myself.
Nice. Well, I guess on that note, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what you have for us in the future.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's so fun to have two such large names in the field sit down on the podcast and to discuss the intricacies of the law that I think not many people know. So yeah, it's been wonderful. Thank you for
No way.
Guess what time it is? Oh my god. Let's go. Oh, thanks guys. This has been so much fun. Bye. Cool. Yeah, that was great fun. Such good fun.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Hit.